This video and later videos are about filing a lawsuit in California. It's basically what you can get online, but I've added quite a bit of my personal experience to give you an idea more of how it goes. You can feel free to send me an email, and I will either answer you directly, and I have to say it wouldn't be legal advice because I'm a paralegal, and I will answer you directly. Or if it's interesting enough for people to hear, maybe I'll do a special video about it. I've just started this channel. I want to help people represent themselves because it's so damn expensive. So filing a lawsuit in the Superior Court of California, and you could do this in probably the other 50 states in one way or another. But as a self-represented litigant, it can be a challenging and empowering experience. Having gone through this process myself, I'll share my journey. Now, to give you a clear picture of what it entails, I'll also use examples of different types of civil cases to illustrate this process. Now, step one, identifying the right court and case type. The first step in filing a lawsuit is determining whether your case belongs in the Superior Court. In California, the Superior Court handles various civil matters, such as small claims up to $10,000 for individuals. For example, if a contractor left a home repair job unfinished and refused to send you your money, you could file a small claims case. Now, limited civil cases are up to $25,000. Suppose you were in a car accident and the damages to your vehicle and medical expenses total $20,000. This would be a limited civil case. Now, unlimited civil cases would be over $25,000. Imagine you're suing a landlord for habitability issues on a rental property that caused severe health problems and your damages exceeded $50,000. Since my case involved a dispute over a contract worth $15,000, I filed under limited civil jurisdiction. Now, preparing the complaint. Once confirmed in the court and jurisdiction, I prepared my complaint, the document that outlines the facts of the case and what it was seeking. That's called the prayer for relief. This was tricky because the legal language needed to be precise. I researched similar cases and consulted the California Court's website for templates and instructions. For a breach of contract case, the complaint must specify the agreement terms, how the other party breached them, and the resulting damages. In a personal injury case like a slip and fall at a grocery store, you'll describe how the store's negligence caused your injuries and the cost you've incurred. Now, I made sure to include my name, the defendant's name, the details about the case. The court charges a filing fee, and that amount is based on the amount you're claiming. For my case, I paid $370. Fees can vary. Small claims start as low as $30, and unlimited civil cases can cost up to $435. That's recently. It's definitely around $500. So the next step is filing the complaint. With my complaint ready, I went to the clerk's office in my county's Superior Court. There I filled out additional forms, such as the civil case cover sheet. And you got to do all these things because you miss one thing and you have to get it and come back. Sometimes you'll spend several days, so try and research and do all this stuff before. So the civil case cover sheet, which categorizes the case and provided multiple copies of the complaint. The clerk stamped my documents and assigned me a case number. They don't always do that. They give you a paper with a stamp on it and the case number gets assigned later. Now, they were helpful but couldn't give me legal advice, so I double-checked everything before I submitted. Step 4, you have to serve the defendant.
You've been served.
So you need to serve the defendant with a lawsuit. This means delivering the complaint and a summons. Other very important thing, if that's missing, it's not there. So a summons is the document notifying the defendant they've been sued. A lot of times you'll see that where they're like, you've been sued. Okay, so that's to the other party. Now, California requires this to be done by someone who is not a party to the case. So I hired a process server for $75. Now, you can get a friend. They also have something called substitute service. There's lots of other ways. Service can be a hurdle. In some cases, like a tenant suing an abusive landlord, locating the defendant might take time and extra effort. Once the defendant was served, the server completed a proof of service form, which then I filed with the court. Step 5 is navigating pretrial procedures. After service, the defendant had 30 days to respond. In my case, they filed a demurrer. They challenged my legal arguments. That's what that document means. This required me to respond in writing and attend a hearing to argue my position. We'll get into demurrers later. Now, other possible pretrial events include discovery. If you're suing a neighbor over property damage, you might need evidence like photos or repair estimates. Discovery lets both sides request and share relevant information, and very often totally irrelevant information just to annoy you as a nuisance. They want to make you go away. Now, mediation is also on the table, and many courts encourage mediation where a neutral third party helps you settle without going to trial. This can save time and money. Step 6, the trial. Now, that's if necessary. If the case doesn't settle, it may proceed to trial. Representing yourself in court can be intimidating. I spent weeks preparing, organizing evidence, practicing my arguments, and reviewing courtroom procedures. For instance, in a discrimination case against your employer, you need to present documents like emails and witness testimony. At trial, I presented my evidence and questioned witnesses. The judge was patient but firm, reminding me to stick to the rules. Despite the challenges, I appreciated the opportunity to tell my story. It involves costs beyond the filing fees, such as the process server fees, document copying, potential expert witnesses if applicable. As a self-represented litigant, the biggest obstacle is understanding the legal process. While court staff can offer legal advice, many courthouses in California have self-help centers where you can get guidance. I also found online resources like the California Court's website invaluable. Now, the advantages of self-representation are obviously the cost savings because lawyers can be expensive. Representing myself saved thousands. Empowerment. While difficult advocating for myself, it gave me confidence and a sense of accomplishment. Flexibility. I was in control of every decision from filing to settlement negotiations. Filing a lawsuit in California Superior Court is demanding but manageable with research and persistence. Whether you're pursuing justice for an unpaid loan, a landlord dispute, or personal injury, the process is designed to give everyone, even self-represented litigants, access to the legal system.